Is the Central Valley housing market leaning in favor of buyers right now? If you've been waiting on the sidelines, the numbers from this past week show where the best opportunities are hiding.
That's right. I'm Dani Bettencourt, team leader here at Bettencourt Real Estate Group with Keller Williams. And alongside me is Arthur.
Arthur Martinez with Bettencourt Real Estate Group as your Modesto advisor.
And we are your real estate advisors. So what we're going to do today is that we are breaking down the latest of our weekly tracking numbers across San Joaquin County and Stanislaus County.
Mm-hmm. We're covering regional county numbers, diving deep into Modesto and Manteca, micro trends, breaking down the new 2026 FHA loan limits, and giving you 3 actionable takeaways whether you want to buy or sell this season.
Nice. So let's first zoom out and look at the big picture across San Joaquin County. So over the past week, we saw 169 active listings. That means homes that are on the market with their hands raised saying, I need to sell my home, with 87 homes sold, right? Average days on market. That means from the moment that it came on the market until the moment that it actually closed escrow, or actually accepted an offer, not closed escrow, but before they got pending and accepted an offer, was 38 days. And sellers captured an average of still close to the whole full price of what they were asking for of their original list price.
And right next door in Stanislaus County, inventory came in at 96 active listings, with 66 homes closed. And just like San Joaquin, the average days on market has been 38 days. And with the list to close ratio hovering just slightly above 100%.
So what does this tell us, right? This helps us to keep our thumbprint and a pulse on the market. Our market right now is balanced and steady. Homes aren't flying off the shelves overnight like they were before over bidding wars, but demand still remains strong enough that home prices correctly are selling right around their full asking price.
That's good information. Now let me take you inside Modesto. Right now, Modesto has 51 active homes for sale, and we had 23 homes sell just in the past single week, with an average time on market of 31 days. Even more impressive is Modesto's list to sell price ratio at 101.18%.
Wow. So that means that Modesto is moving fast.
It is.
Oh my goodness. So over in Manteca, active inventory is sitting at about 35 homes. Just now, keep in mind, this is just for last week. This is not over in a general, because over in a general is over 200 homes in Manteca. Mm-hmm. But just in the last week, we had 35 active homes hit the market, 16 sold in the past week. Manteca homes are averaging 40 days on market, and sellers are closing pretty close to their original list price. Not original price, but list price.
As long as they're realistic on that price point, absolutely. Notice the subtle shift here. Modesto is moving slightly quicker with tighter inventory, while Manteca is offering a bit more breathing room and days on market. The difference creates distinct strategies for both buyers and sellers in each city.
Absolutely. And one other thing that I wanted to point out that a lot of people, sometimes they may forget about, but there's one crucial piece of leverage that many buyers and sellers overlook is the FHA loan limits. FHA financing is one of the most accessible loan options, requiring as little as 3.5% down.
So you don't need 20% down to buy a home?
No, you don't.
Right? So many people think.
I know. That's why we're here.
Exactly. For Stanislaus County, including Modesto, the 2026 single-family FHA loan limit is $545,100. That covers a massive portion of the starter and mid-tier homes inventory in Modesto.
And in Manteca, the 2026 FHA loan limit is a little bit higher. It's at $678,500. Now, keep in mind, this is for a single-family residence. Mm-hmm. So if somebody wanted to buy a duplex or a triplex or a fourplex, those limits increase, right? Mm-hmm. So what really This higher limit gives buyers more purchasing power. So you have to know where your buyers are at, right? Because if they wanted to look at a home that's 600,000 in Modesto, but they're FHA approved,
they're not going to be able to do that with the limit at 545.
no. And that's why you need real estate advisors.
Absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
So the biggest problem that consumers face is fear and uncertainty. Buyers are afraid of overpaying and getting locked into higher interest rates, and sellers are afraid of overpricing and having their home sit on the market. So here are 3 key teaching points to help you navigate this.
All right. So first off, days on market. Literally from the day that the home put the sign in the yard and said, here I am to the general public, we are raising our hand because we need to move on out of this property. In Manteca, average days on market is at 40 days as of last week. Buyers have room to negotiate for seller concessions.
Mm-hmm.
So what are seller concessions? Hey, Mr. Buyer, can you help me towards my closing costs? Maybe that could help.
What about rate buy downs?
Absolutely. Buy downing my rate. And making sure that maybe I need to do a little repairs on the home that keeps some money in my pocket. So when we move in, we can do those repairs.
Absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
And now Modesto's homes are selling at 31 days at a 101.18% our asking price. And for sellers, pricing right in the market brings you value that drives multiple offers and pushes your net profit higher. Overpricing, however, destroys momentum and increases days on market.
Well, that's for sure. And point number 3 we're going to make here is that equity captures for both sides, right? So what do I really mean about that? Well, if the housing price and what they're listed at and the sellers are actually getting what they're listed at, then they're holding on and they're capturing the equity that they built out over the years, right?
Exactly.
Absolutely. And buyers aren't overpaying above what the true value is. And sellers are realizing that near 100% of their equity without steep price cuts, right?
Exactly.
So we like to call that a win-win.
Yes, we do.
Absolutely. So to put this all into context, just last month, right? We had a client and they were FHA, so we had to be mindful of our limits. We also had to be mindful of their budget. And they did have the whole 3.5% down, and they did have a small amount that was actually to go towards any potential repairs, although that would have left them house poor. Right?
Worst thing you can do.
Right. We never want to leave anybody house poor. That's for sure. So we had to strategically target a home that is going to fit not only their needs, but their budget, right? So we ended up looking for a home that was in the right location that they were looking for. And we had to look for a home that may have been sitting on the market, and we had a motivated seller. What we ended up doing was actually coming in at the list price, asking for $12,000 in closing cost credits that they were able to put towards a rate buy down, able to keep that money in their bank account. And it was a win-win for all parties. And we just closed escrow on them. And it was the most beautiful, rewarding thing to know that we were mindful of their budget and we were mindful of their needs. That is never about us. It's always about them.
Exactly. Having great negotiators on your side is truly helpful.
Mm-hmm.
And on the seller side in Modesto, a homeowner that we had wanted to list $30,000 over what the comp supported. Mm-hmm. And of course, with that, we showed them the 31 days on market data and guided them to the price accurately. Within 8 days, we secured 3 competing offers and closed at 101.5% to list price. That's a data-driven strategy.
101.5. What does that mean?
That means that we provided the opportunity to our sellers to be able to figure out which of the 3 offers we received that created a slight bidding war to be able to give them the most value for their home. With that being said, we were able to give them a data-driven strategy that beat just guessing.
So instead of pricing high, knowing that that was the value of it, and we actually priced a little bit below, and then they had the options to be able to accept, reject multiple offers, but still be able to sell, once again, holding on to that equity at what it was listed at because they were price realistic.
Exactly.
Yes. So that's what we meant by our market is still demand, but it's stable, right?
Absolutely.
Mhm.
So whether you're looking to buy your first home in Modesto, upscale in Manteca, or sell your property for top dollar across Stanislaus and or San Joaquin counties, you need a team that knows the exact numbers.
So don't navigate this market alone, right? You do need some real estate advisors that know this market, that are familiar with all of the ins and outs, and can strategize the perfect game plan that is tailored for you, whether you're looking to buy, maybe you're looking to sell because you want to downsize. There's so many things, but you definitely want to reach out.
Call, DM, or text us today and click the link in the description. That way you could reach out to us directly. And thanks for watching. We'll see you next time on the next update.
See you next time.